While Patrick Mahomes is scoring touchdowns both on and off the field with his 2 Super Bowl rings and $450 million contract, his brother Jackson is on the sidelines, making TikToks and humiliating himself.
He was arrested early this morning from a case going back to February.
From his blatant disrespect of the deceased, to his feud with the CEO of Barstool Sports and his 3 aggravated sexual assault charges, this is what it's like living in the shadow of Patrick Mahomes. This is the story of Jackson Mahomes. After already receiving mass hatred online from his TikTok account, where he simply exists along with the prejudice many have online due to them suspecting his sexuality, which he has publicly come out to say isn't true, Jackson truly became a controversial figure in the public eye after December of 2019, while Patrick was playing for his team, the Kansas City Chiefs, against the New England Patriots. Jackson and Patrick's then-girlfriend Brittany Matthews landed themselves in a feud with Dave Portnoy, the CEO of Barstool Sports. It happened after Brittany and Jackson claimed to have been harassed at the big game, but turns out there was 2 sides to the story. Their obnoxious singing and likely disruptive behavior being the other.
Na, na, na. Na, 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 na. Hey, 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 goodbye.
Anyways, after the claims were made, Jackson took to his Twitter to repost one of the TikToks with an added message. Since everyone likes to hate on my TikToks, I made one today in honor of @Barstool Sports. Barstool Sports and Dave Portnoy then picked up on the story in an article titled, "Is Patrick Mahomes' girlfriend and brother the 2 dumbest humans on earth?" Even though the issue seems like it would have surely died in the 4 years that followed, contrary seems to be true as no resolution played out. And although Portnoy invited Jackson to his podcast 2 years after the drama in 2021, Jackson declined and put him on blast, writing, "Why would I go onto a podcast that continued to bash me and my family?" Although the 2 have seemed to peacefully interact since, they haven't come to any public resolution. Their chapter is still most certainly open if they haven't resolved their differences privately. Jackson's controversial ways continued in September of 2021 after the Chiefs lost to the Baltimore Ravens and he decided to pour water on a Ravens fan. And although some backed Jackson's actions, saying how the guy who filmed this deserved it 100%, many believed otherwise, mentioning how he likely felt entitled to do that because of who his brother is and how he should be banned for life. This is what Patrick Mahomes had to say about it all.
Brother had getting yelled at by some fans and dumped some water. He talked to him about that, and what stands there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's something that we don't want to necessarily do. There was things said to him and Brittany that you don't see kind of on the clip. But I mean, he's been good at it at not trying to respond to that stuff. He takes a lot, and he's usually pretty good at it, and he'll learn from it and just try to stay away from those people as best he can.
Another controversy would come on the sidelines once again in October of 2021, when Jackson would release a seemingly harmless TikTok. See, he wasn't just dancing on a random part of the sideline. He was dancing on FedEx's custom-painted 21 section of the sideline, a section dedicated to the late Sean Taylor. After being called out, Jackson would issue an apology on his Twitter, saying how he means no disrespect to Sean or his family. And as mentioned in a reply to his tweet, Jackson likely didn't hop the rope, but nevertheless, the dances were extremely disrespectful. Over the next 10 months, Jackson continued stirring up public conversations with 2 incidents, both including him acting entitled and showing what are likely his true colors. The first occurring in December of 2021, when Jackson visited the SOT cocktail bar in Kansas City. The bar was unable to seat Jackson at the time due to space confinements, and he took to his Instagram, where he boasted over 250,000 followers at the time for reference, to put them on blast on his story, saying how the service is absolutely terrible and the servers are so rude. The bar then pounced back in a statement reading, "We are sorry that we set boundaries that you tried to ignore. Oftentimes, people with unearned status and a sense of entitlement think they are above the rules and will lash out at the employee enforcing them. We are sorry we could not seat your very large group. As you probably saw, our bar is very small. We are sorry that you have the reach that you do, or at least that you think you do, and that instead of using it for something positive, you decided to use it to try to crush a small business. We survived a global pandemic. We'll survive your ego. We are sorry you didn't reach out to us first before taking to social media. But then again, that is an expectation we would have from a mature and rational person, not someone who pours water on fans and dances on memorials of tragically lost people for TikTok clout. We have not been fortunate enough to be born into a much more talented and much more famous family, but we would like to think that if we did have that much luck, we would use our influence in more responsible ways. We hope our apology finds you well. The other incident happened back in August of 2022, when Jackson was noticed causing a scene by berating the bartenders. Jackson's most recent controversy is certainly also his largest, and although also going down in a restaurant, it's in a league of its own for just how many boundaries it crossed. In March of 2023, Jackson quote-unquote forcibly kissed Aspen Vaughn, the owner of the Aspen Restaurant and Lounge, after pushing her. Vaughn reportedly said that she and her husband kicked Mahomes and the group out after the forced kiss. Cops were called. And although Jackson's attorney claims he has done nothing wrong, there's clear evidence to support quite the opposite, leading to him being set free on a $100,000 bond after his initial booking in Johnson County KSJ. Currently, facing 3 aggravated sexual assault charges. He is an absolute embarrassment. How you act when your brother has millions and outshines you in every way possible.